And now our final speakers of our event today. I have for you Antonia from the Movement for Justice and Stella Kumani, who is a refugee. So welcome them as our final speakers of the day. Thank you. So when Theresa May first took over running the Home Office and being in charge of the Home Office, there was a new policy brought in. It was called hostile environment. That is how Theresa May began under the coalition, for creating a hostile environment for all immigrants, whether you're an international student, an asylum seeker, a refugee, a migrant worker. Their policy was to drive people into destitution, to make it hard to send their children to school, hard to get a doctor, to do anything. Basically, hard to live, hard to survive. And that policy, that anti-immigrant policy, is a backbone to the austerity policies, because it is the divide and rule and the scapegoating of immigration that allows the government to cut and hurt so many people's lives. It's their message to everybody here. They want a hostile environment for everybody. Well, we have to say no, and it is our fight and a growing movement that is fighting back to stop what they're trying to do. Up and down the country, in the detention centres, immigration detention centres that hold tens of thousands of asylum seekers and of people who had lived here for decades, thousands of migrant workers, thousands of people who are getting on with their lives are being detained. But every day there is a struggle going on inside those detention centres, and because of those struggles we have begun to build a movement to demand the shutdown of detention and end the scapegoating of immigrants. Thousands of people have come to the detention centres to demonstrate outside together with the people inside, and to start building a movement to fight back. That unity, that bold, proud unity in action is how we can win. And so now, since the last immigration bill, the one area that the government had to back down to some degree on, the one thing that they felt defensive about, was defending the immigration detention centres. They finally had to say, we will stop detaining pregnant women. They finally had to begin back down, but it's not enough yet. But it is that our fight, if we make our fight, we can win. But it is on our shoulders to reject racism, because so long as we treat racism or immigration as separate side issues, we will be divided. The government sells the lie that you'll have better housing if we didn't have immigration, that you'd have a better life if we didn't have immigration. It is a lie that debilitates our movement from fighting. It undermines our struggle. It's something we have to reject in action. So we're inviting everyone here to come out on the 10th of September for the next demonstration at Yarlswood Detention Centre, and to look up Follow MFJ, Movement for Justice, to get the details, because we want to see this number again and more. We can shut these places down.
Yeah. Refugees are welcome here, not to be detained. So as a refugee, I have to report every month, once a month. Sometimes to go to report, you can be caught and taken to the detention centers. My first time being to Yarlswood for a demonstration, I wept. You need to see people who have been locked up. Their futures have been locked up in there. Our friends who have been detained because they are refugees. So please join us on the 10th of September